I'll be honest, I did before that fight. I didn't think if he won, he would be getting shot. Like, I'll be honest, that didn't come to my mind. But now that he's calling, like, I'm not going to be the one to say no. But, I'm going to leave everything to the UFC. Obviously, you've got guys like Movsar, who's undefeated. I'd love to take that 0. You know what I mean? Like, we've got to see what the UFC say. I heard, I've seen him trying to get other fights. I don't know, is that right? Like,
there was rumors that he was going to fight.
But I even seen him tweeting that he wants to fight someone in May and doing all this sort of stuff. So maybe he's had the chats and they want him to have one more fight. I don't know. So I don't know that situation, but I'll see how things are. I'd love to say, I told you I want to get straight back in there. I still do, but I'm going to have to maybe look at a couple of things.
Now, Conor McGregor, before the fight, put a $500,000 bet on Michael Chandler.
Cheeky bastard. Cheeky little bastard.
I thought he was supposed to back you.
Exactly, know what I mean? Irish scouts meant to back each other. I didn't expect that from Conor, lad, know what I mean? But if you want to come back, Con, I'm here, son. I'm waiting. I'll mufti you just like I've just mufti Chandler.
That would be a huge pay-per-view. I mean, Chandler was in line to face him in his return. Do you think you've taken his spot and it's you versus Conor McGregor when he comes back?
She could do. I don't think Conor's ever coming back. He's got enough money. He doesn't need to come back. But if he does, the baddie's waiting for him.
But as I say, anyone can get it. All the names I mentioned. And even McGregor putting money on Chandler to win, lad. Like, the Irish Scouse connection, lad. He's meant to back me. And he never. So, if he wants it, he'll get muftied as well.
That surprised you?
Yeah, and I didn't think he'd go against me. Like, to be honest, I thought he'd back me, lad. Not back Chandler. But one of them, innit?
Since you're campaigning for a title shot, Volkanovski won the belt. I guess how much differently would a fight look now compared then to the one that we first saw with you and Volkanovski?
Completely different. I'm a completely different person right now. It looks like Volk is too. He was actually mentioning that he stopped drinking, he stopped doing like bad things, and and I'm happy to fight that version of Volk as well, because I feel like a better version of myself right now, and I think I could beat him.
Just to follow up on the broadcasting rights, there's been a lot of speculation. Do you foresee pay-per-view sticking around, or are you open to the idea of, maybe one of the platforms stepping up and saying, we'll broadcast them all and doing away with pay-per-view?
Yeah, it's like what I said to him. It's usually we do what the network, what works for the network. What do they want to do? Do they want to just put it on their air? Do they want to do pay-per-view? I don't know. Do they want to put it behind a paywall? I don't know any of those things. Tuesday, the window opens and we start talking to other networks, and we'll get more into that.
Silva was back here and he asked me to ask you this. His goal is to get married to his partner in a church, and he offered to make you the best man at his wedding if you would pay for the wedding singer.
Well, wait a minute. So he wants to marry his partner
in a church,
and
he offered to make you
I'm the best man if I pay for it.
Pay for the wedding singer. Apparently there's some Brazilian singer he wants that is out of his price range. He asked me to pass the message along.
I'm gonna need more information on this, but I'm probably in.
But it feels like you guys keep turning corners over and over. And my guys in Philly, I spend a good portion of my time in Philly with my crew, and they keep talking about that event that you guys did there and just how massive and how successful that was.
It's crazy, man, because I am getting tired and I'm getting stressed and I'm getting just burnt out. And at the same time, I just keep backing myself into a corner and going, let's throw this big ass event and let's do this big ass event and let's just do it because people talk about it and it grows everything. I mean, right now, I think, our valuation over the past year and a half has tripled. We're in a great spot right now.
If you were to look at the top promotions in combat sports right now, and I know you guys are kind of a separate entity, even though you're under combat sports, you're not an MMA organization, but would you feel that that you guys would be a clear number 2 at this point for the amount of shows you're putting on, the growth that you've had? As you said, your valuation has tripled already this year. Would you say the UFC is number 1 in combat sports, but you guys would definitely be a number 2?
Yeah, I think there's probably a boxing promotion. Like if you talk about all combat sports, I think you're going to throw a boxing promotion in there at number 2 and probably put us in at number 3. If you're talking MMA-ish promotions, I mean, I think everybody says it. I think we're just a solid number 2.
What do you think is going to be happening for the strap and your division? Are we waiting for what happens between the main event with Bilal Muhammad and JDM to see if Islam Makhachev goes up? Or do you think Islam Makhachev is going to be defending that belt?
Yeah, I hope that's not the case. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight in June. I don't know. I think Makhachev said he wants to fight in June. I'm hoping that I get that call sooner rather than later so I can, I'm obviously working, but, yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy ride. I'm not at the beginning of the journey anymore. It's towards the end. I'm 4-1 in my last 5 fights, only losing to Max Holloway. So yeah, I think I should, we got Oliveira already lost, so we can really step it up. I don't think they're going to want to give it to him. And then Topuria, I can see him giving it to Topuria. So, we'll see what they do. But ultimately I let my coaches and manager make the choice on who I'm going to fight. I'm hoping it's Makhachev. Outside that, I'm not sure. It's golf course.
Ilia Topuria recently said that he was promised a title shot.
Who did?
Ilia Topuria.
Okay.
At 155. Is that the case, or what's next for him at 155?
We're working on it. we got a lot of to do. Yes, I mean, obviously, he's one of the biggest stars in the company. If we had something in planned, we would have announced that already.
But I guess where does he fit in this whole picture?
To be honest, I forgot about him. I forgot all about him. Or I would have mentioned him in the cage. You know what I mean? I don't call him hand sanitizer boy anymore. He's now El Chorizo. But as I say, I literally forgot all about him. That's how relevant he is. I'm ranked higher than he is at lightweight. So, I'd love to welcome him to 155. But apparently he's sitting out and waiting for the title shot. But that what I've just done to Chandler's after blueprint of beating him. He's even more of a midget than Chandler is. Like, I'll do the exact same thing to Ilia than what I've done to Chandler. But as I say, anyone can get it.
I believe the ESPN negotiation window ends Tuesday, right?
Right.
So just curious, as we go into that and you're like surveying the options and anything, like what kind of mindset are you taking into that, and like how to level up the product, right? Because that's always been the case with every new TV deal. Is it more events, less events, different types of things? Is there any insights you can share?
No, it's a great question. I mean, when the window opens, we'll obviously start, talking to lots of different people, and we'll see what the options are out there. We've said this every time. There could be a time when we end up on several different networks like sports, like all other sports do. I like ESPN, and I've said it many times. We had a bit of a rocky start, which is normal in any relationship, but we're in a great place with ESPN. Whether we re-sign with them or do not, I have nothing but great things to say about my time at ESPN.
And when you think ahead, do you want to stick to the same schedule format, 43 events a year?
I don't know. It depends on what ESPN or wherever else we go is looking for. Most of the times when you do these deals, you're catering to what the network needs. Plus, they'll have other programming, other sports that they need to, that they're already committed to with certain times and seasons and whatever it may be. So it always changes.
Yeah, there's been
it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me.
Right. There's been like the various, I guess, reporting out there from kind of like media reporting outlets saying the price tag you guys are looking for is $1 billion a year. Is that something you can confirm that would be?
Sounds good to me.
Michael Chandler is now 1-5 in his last 6, but he's always been exciting and a fan favorite. What do you make of his performance tonight? And
he's always in the fight. I mean, he's always in the fight. Tonight was a big night for Paddy Pimblett. People, like we were just talking about, people have been doubting Paddy Pimblett every single fight he fights, and he's undefeated in the UFC. But Chandler's like our Arturo Gatti, man. Every time that guy goes in, you know you're in for a good fight. You know it's going to be a war, and you don't know whether he's going to win or lose. That fight, I'll tell you what I'll say about Bryce Mitchell. You know what happened, and he's a grown man. He stood his ground, came out and faced the media several times, came in here and fought, and his I'm sure a lot of moments he's had leading up to this fight, including tonight in the cage, he felt like his back was against the wall, and stood up like a man, and he fought and did his thing.
I don't see a way I lose, to be honest. I really don't.
Look at the size of those paws, dude.
Come on, lad. See the size of these.
Look at the size of those paws.
See the size of these. But
bird hands, dude.
Bird
hands,
yeah,
dude.